Good morning and welcome to Divine Masculine channel. Today our topic is free will. Free will on the path of divinity. Now free will has two dimensions to talk about. The two dimensions, one is of positive and the other is of negative sense. So today we will discuss one dimension, that is the negative one, that is indetermination. Now what is indetermination in relation to free will towards divinity? That would be the clarification today. About determination or discernment or free will's discerning part, or your spirit's willing part, that we are going to discuss in the next episode. So first I would bring about the definition of divinity. According to Oxford Dictionary, we can have a few words. If you open the dictionary, you will see divinity has been defined as, or given, has been compared with the synonyms of godliness or connected with God. We have another definition over here from Cambridge Dictionary. We can find it. Divine is a verb. Okay, divine word is a verb. Now this verb means guessing something, to guess or to I would say try to form your own idea, concept about something which is not visible, but you're going to form your concept through your intelligentsia. Or to discover something without being told also. Something unsaid, as I told you, something unsaid, something invisible, but your concept of that particular thought has to be formed through your intelligentsia. Now this something which is invisible, something which cannot be seen, it is very difficult to form. To be formed in it is difficult to form such an idea of a thing which is invisible, which is untold, unsaid, which is hidden, latent. That means you have to discover something. So discover something, that also a kind of suspended formation of existence, of its form, suspended form of existence of it, that we can call in one word abstract. So divinity, divine, divination, all these things come to an abstract platform. So the platform where we stand today is abstract in its form. Okay. Now this abstraction we will also relate to our physical formations, physical activity, forms of physical activities. Now next we come to the definition of divinity. We will progress with the definition as a belief. Now what is it? It is a belief, it's a faith that a king or a queen represents and has also been given power by the Lord. So Lord has given power to the king and the queen to represent themselves with certain principles. That also can be called as divine. Now another definition we will see, divine intervention. Divine intervention is nothing but help from God. And then we have the word divine, which basically means connected with God or like a God, according to the Cambridge meaning. Then we have divine right. This divine right is one which is like that of God, or to tell us all what to do. It commands of the universe. Okay, the commands of the universe will come to your tongue. It will sound as though you are commanding or I am commanding, but it is not so. We are not commanding. It is being delivered by our tongue. Now this tongue has been chosen through the intelligentsia, the surrender of the intelligence to the abstract power of universe. There is a connection, a deep interwoven connection, which needs a separate discussion. But here, basic meaning we will understand and proceed towards the free wills and its indetermination capacity and how it affects us. Then we will proceed with divine right. Divine right is done. Now we have to go according to Collins dictionary. I would like to mention to you, divinity is a quality. Okay, so it is also sometimes seen with the perspective of quality. Now the synonyms to this quality would be godliness, holiness. Please mind it: godliness, holiness, sanctity, the Godhead, that is the having some commanding position. Then godhood, that is divinely attitudes. Then deity. Then we have spirit, we have genius, we have guardian spirit, we have the synonym righteousness, we have the synonym piety, we have saintliness, blessedness, religiousness, devoutness, and virtuousness. So divinity means quality, and quality is comprised of so many adjectives. Perhaps all would be within it if you start practicing it gradually, one by one. Now it's automatically incorporated. Actually, we have to one by one, we have to just proceed, and automatically one by one it's incorporated through different tests of time. Okay, you don't have to work extra hard for that or worry extra about it. It's automatic once you surrender. Next point I would like to mention to you is the sense of religiousness. Religiousness and divinity are a bit different. Okay, now in religiousness we have belief, we have faith, we have doctrine, we have theology, we have creed, we have divinity, and we have teachings. Perhaps gospel would be the good example of religious aspect. Okay, but here we will see that till now we were finding out the meaning of the word divine and divinity. Then we have the synonyms, which synonyms of religiousness. So once you are in divinity, somewhere or the other you can see that religion is going to step in, because some of the doctrines will lead you, some of the faith, most of it is about faith and belief. That is the only I would say the throne in which you can sit and operate your divine self with the help of faith and belief. That is the power of faith and belief. That faith is absolutely, it is going to be driven by basically a religious gospel or principles, and after that it would start it will start acquiring more and more knowledge about other gospels, and you will see the similarities in all the gospels, the similarity of humankind's welfare that has been stressed, the spirit's welfare that has been stressed in all gospels through the teachers, the preachers that have noted them down. So this is how it goes. And then we come to the sense of sanctity. So after religiousness, we will understand what is sanctity. Sanctity means holiness. Now, who says that I am unholy? You are unholy, he is unholy. So what is holiness and what is unholiness? We have to understand. Certain activities are not considered as holy, and certain activities are considered as holiness. Why? Because perhaps that unholy behavior open doors to weaknesses. That is why it has been stamped as unholy, whereas nothing is unholy. You can kick the wall, you can kick a statue, it is not unholy, but your intention, your faith, is that holy? Or if you are in a drunken condition and you are chanting something, is that holy? Yes, it is holy, but it is keeping you in a state where you are vulnerable and you're open to some kind of oblivion. So through that oblivion comes different types of illusions. So enemies are illusions. So wherever you open a door or a possibility to allow some kind of illusions to come and attack you, or make your vision blurry about things, in that case we can term it as unholy. Otherwise there is no such unholy thing on earth, okay? Everything is holy, provided you are in your determination and consciousness. Now we come to the word grace. Sanctity also means grace, God's grace, okay? It also means goodness, it also means devotion, it means purity, it means spirituality. Righteousness is very important. We can see righteousness, piety and godliness are everywhere in all the definitions. It is common fare that we can see. And then we also have sanctitude. Then we will come to discussion. So these are the basic keywords that I have discussed the meaning now. Now you are going to sit with these keywords and ponder upon their meanings. First, go deeper into the analysis of the words. Okay, each and every word has its own depth. So try to analyze them, look at them, think about them, each word separately, look at their meanings, and then think of the dimensions, and then try to relate it with life. Now we will come straight away to our topic, that is free will. Free will has two dimensions, as I told you. One is determinism and one is indeterminism. Now today I am not discussing determinism. Okay. Today I am going to discuss indeterminism. Now this indeterminism is my topic today because it is essential first to understand what is free will. Is it a negative word or is it a positive word? Today we will see the perspective of the negative shadow aspect of the free will, that is indeterminism. And this indeterminism is basically, or you can say radically, its existentialism is in, I would say, pride, ego, or other kinds of, anger, competition. You can also say low self-esteem. These things are the root, the source of indeterminism. Now we are going to prove to ourselves how it is so. So first I am going to talk about the view. Okay, the view that some of the events you're viewing. Okay, you just come to Sakshi Bhav. So what is Sakshi Bhav? Sakshi Bhav means you are the speaker and your spirit is the audience. Okay, so separate yourself, separate you or I from your spirit. Now in such a situation you are going to stand and you are going to prove certain things to your spirit. Why you are doing, certain events, why are you performing certain events, why are you taking some actions? Because you are actually reasoning it out with your spirits. After reasoning it out with your spirits, you are carrying out that action, conducting that action. So the view that some events, view of whom? Your view. To whom? To your spirit. So the view that some events have no deterministic cause. So when you are viewing that certain events do not have a deterministic cause and they occur randomly or by chance, it is called indeterminism. Indeterminism is also supported by quantum mechanics. It suggests that some events at a quantum level are in principle unpredictable or random. This is the best reason that you can give to your spirit, that this kind of event that took place, that in which I participated, I have performed it, I conducted this mistake, and this event or this mistake that has taken place by me, and it is a random happening. I am not responsible for it. That is unpredictable. Something unpredictable and under contingency it has happened. This is the reasoning that you are giving to your spirit. Now philosophers and scientists who believe that the universe is indeterministic, there are philosophers, there are scientists who feed to the faith that the universe is indeterministic and that humans possess free will are known as libertarians. So then you are coming under this group, or I am coming under this group with this faith of free will, indeterministic free will, that we are libertarians. That means we are liberal. There is no control over us. We are the controller of everything, and everything that is occurring with us. Now see, if you are the controller of everything, how could you not control the situations that are today tormenting you? You cannot control it because you have not been deterministic. You have been indeterministic. You have existed or hovered on your free will. So you are a libertarian. Libertarian here does not mean anything beautiful and good. It is giving us a sense of sourness. It's giving us a sense of, I would say, a mistaken concept by which we start acting. And definitely I can feel the essence of pride and ego which dominate this libertarians faith. Now libertarianism is not to be confused with school of political philosophy in this case, please mind it. This is not a political subject that we are discussing. We are talking about spiritual and divine issue over here, and libertarians in spiritual field are those people or those mindsets. We are not going to talk about any people. All of us are same, and we have, each and every one has undergone the same stages. It's not you only, it's me, he, she, whoever you're seeing. We are all learning the stages, through the stages. Okay, so we have all had this libertarian stage. This libertarian stage is nothing but it is an indeterministic stage where we feel that we are the it is a childish feeling also, you can say, a feeling of independence that we want to acquire by any kind of actions and activities without analyzing them, without rationalizing them, without knowing or prepondering the consequences of those actions. It is just just a tantrum that we throw up in order to show that we are free, and you are showing it to whom? To yourself. So this yourself and your conscience. Here comes the self. This I will discuss in another episode about self and self-love. It is very important. Self-love is that consciousness where you understand the consequences of your actions to your own spirit and your own being, and not to give in to everyone around you. This understanding, this judgmental capacity is going to be very important for that is for self-love. That we will discuss in the next episode. Now I will go further into this libertarianism. Although it is possible to hold that the universe is indeterministic, you can hold the view, it's possible that you are finding the universe indeterministic, sudden random things are happening to you, that is your feeling, and human actions are nevertheless determined. We can see that human actions are determined, but universe is giving us things which are indeterministic. Now few contemporary philosophers defend this view that is being shown here by libertarianism. Now libertarianism is vulnerable also. Vulnerable, the other view, the opposed view is that libertarianism is vulnerable to intelligibility, objection, which points out that there is no more control over a purely random action. So you see why it is negative. Libertarianism is indeterminism, and I have, in the beginning of the discussion, I said it is giving us a sense of negativity. A negative sense can be felt through this word. Why? Because you see, it is a vulnerable aptitude. This libertarianism is a kind of attitude which makes your aptitude vulnerable. It makes your intelligibility objectionable. It impedes your intelligence from functioning. which points out that there is no more control over a purely random action. So if random actions are committed by the, or thrown upon you, thrust upon you by the universe, you have no control over it. That's what it is going to be proved. You have no control than they can have over an action that is deterministically inevitable. So now random actions cannot be controlled by us if it is indeterministic, libertarian. Whereas deterministically it will be inevitable that we are able to have a control, we are having control over some kind of, over every action that we are performing. So in both these cases, if you see deterministically it is inevitable. Please try to understand once more that deterministic means you have to determine. It is like, let me give you a small example, simple example. It is like MCQs. Options are given to you, you just have to take the right answer. You cannot put in your descriptive answer into that. So here when the universe is thrusting upon you certain situation, it is also giving you option A, option B. Now you have to correctly mark the answer over here. So in both the cases, whether you are marking it or you are leaving a paper free, empty, and going for your own free answer to write in that, in both such cases, free will enters the picture. Free will does not enter the picture. If you have an option, you cannot exercise your free will by choosing or writing some other option over there. So in that deterministic situation, your free will is not functioning. Whereas you see, if you write your own answer in third point, saying that no, I am going to write this answer because I think this is correct, that will not be accepted either. So your free will not be accepted. It is cancelled. It is null and void. So in both these situations, free will is not functioning or not entering into the picture. This is the argument against libertarianism. If you are following the libertarianism that I can do anything, nobody can stop me, there also your free will is not going to work. It will take a turn to some kind of hazardous consequence. Perhaps we can call it accidents. And if you choose to write a good answer by yourself, even that is not going to happen. Not going to help you to stand there accordingly. So there is only one option. You have to mark the correct answer. That's all. There is no this side or no that side. Okay. Now, how we are going to mark the correct answer? How we will get the perspective of the correct answer if we don't have knowledge? That is another question. That also has to be discussed. How? Since it is attached to divine path, we have to take divine support for that. That divine analysis, that divine support. What is divine and what is not divine, that understanding must be clear. When we clear it up, it will be free from illusions. All the devils that attack us, the name of all the devils are illusions. Illusions are the devils that attack us. There is no devil in any human beings. There is no devil that haunts us through any human beings. No person is bad. Everyone is good. But what is bad is the intention. What is bad is the understanding, poor understanding, narrow thoughts, narrow understanding. And also, as I told you just now, that, okay. So you have to be very deterministic, and this determinism I will not discuss at this moment, later on I will discuss. In relation to this, I will also mention about a word called logos. Now, what is logos in theology? Theology is a study of divinity, okay? Religion and divinity. Now, in theology, logos means the word of God, the principles of divine reasons and creative order. So, there is another law, another divine justice, rationality, reasoning, another creative order of the Creator. In order to go to this divine path, you have to follow this. You have to walk on this path, and it will be identified through Gospels of God. Alone, initially, it is difficult for us to do. Gospels are going to help us to answer certain immediate basic questions that would lead us further into the path. We also have psychology playing over here, because it is basically completely abstract. It is intelligentsia through which God operates, the universe operates, not through any other part of the body. Every other part of the body is subject to illusions. It is open to the devils. Devil is nothing but the weaknesses and the illusions that you are welcoming within you, that is haunting you. But intelligence is the only thing by which you can discipline the body, mind, the soul, and also get to know the Almighty, who is the creator of this creative order of universe. That you can take the help of Gospels. Whichever Gospel you like, all the religions' Gospels lead to the same aim, perspective. I think we should read all one by one. You should tally, you should understand, gain more knowledge. If you cannot read the whole book, whole Gospels, at least important parts of it should be read over there. In Gita also, free will is very important. God will give you the power. Your spirit will speak as a conscience, it will speak to you, but then your body has to take the decision, has to say yes to it. So once again, I am not going into details of it today. Now we will come to the Aristotle's systemized usage of a word which is going to portray reasoning actually. In this reasoning we have inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning of psychology. So Aristotle has systemized it according to these two reasonings. And there is a rhetoric that alongside goes, that is ethos and pathos. So ethos and pathos would be the two different types of psychological aspects that can be discussed over here. And to end it, I will bring a conclusion to it. That is, in ethos, pathos and logos, we have the three rhetorical options that we have. It leads to persuasion. These are all modes of persuasion. So whom are you persuading? You are standing now away from your spirit and you are going to persuade your spirit. You don't want your spirit to determine something. You want indeterminism. You want to function the free will in its negative form. So for that you need reasoning. You have to give reason to your spirit. Otherwise you cannot perform it, and when the reasoning is not satisfactory, then only there is conflict between your mind and your spirit. Okay, conflict state, mental confliction comes. What is this? Why have I done this? Why not have I done this? Confliction, argumentative status of mental status comes when you are giving some lame excuses to your spirit to perform certain kind of actions. Now these lame excuses will be actually a package of either of the three psychological states, that is ethos, pathos and logos. Okay, logos you will find as logic in the Gospels, as I told you just now, to guide you. Just give up your pathos, give up the ethos and go for logos. Then it is, I think the easiest path is the path of logos, straight away leading to the Almighty. But even then, if you straight away not go to that, you talk about the ethos. Ethos is a very dangerous state of situation, of mental situation, I would say, where according to Aristotle, it is the speaker who speaks. That is you who is standing away from the spirit and speaking to the spirit. That you or that I, that is the ethos. And then we have the pathos. Pathos is the audience, that is the spirit, to whom you are giving a lot of pity, to whom you, suppose you want to conduct some kind of tantrum, you want to influence someone by the mode of self-pity. So you have to utilize the pathos method over there. And here you are going to stand out from yourself and you will manipulate your spirit with pathos reasonings, which are lame, okay, not acceptable by God, which are lame. Now you also have logos. Logos is the best wise path. Logos leads to wisdom. If you read Gospels, if you read Path, Gita Path, Durga Path, Quran Path, Gurbani Path, if you read Bible Path, whatever part you are reading, which is easy for you, easiest for you, you will straight away go off to the Almighty's path, because His words have been quoted over there through these apostles, and it is deciphered, it is explained, it has been comprehended according to the requirement of the ruler or the creator of the universe. So that, in order to understand, that is totally a psychic, it is a psychic world. So now you don't have any kind of proof to yourself. You cannot blame yourself for carrying out such things, but of course you can blame yourself, or you are to blame yourself for not choosing the path of wisdom. That you can blame yourself about, okay? And then we come to the emotional impact. We are talking about pathos. Pathos is all about emotional impact. There is no logic in it. You just argue for your emotions to the audience, that is to your spirit. Now, while there is an ancient root into the mode of persuasion, I would say the mode of persuasion has its credibility upon the speaker, and that is the authority, you yourself. And pathos is the persuasion with all sorts of emotions. You know, you try to apply or manipulate your reasons with the help of emotions, which is again not going to be of clarity. It is going to be a very confused state. It's going to be all a big, I would say, entanglement in a place which is not concrete, which is not stable. It will lead to instability, and as a result, actions which will bring about a lot of consequences which are not worthy. Now, by effectively using these three modes of persuasion, you can supply rhetoric devices. So, rhetoric devices we have in literature, we see creative and rhetoric devices are using these three methods through words to manipulate the emotions of the audience, okay? So you can judge by yourself when you're thinking. So today I have this much to tell, and with a short prayer I'm going to end this session. We will come back in the next recording with determination, okay? With determination of free will. So my prayer from this holy desk as the Most High Priestess to the well-being of all the divine beings, especially for my divine masculines on whose shoulders are the burdens of stability, the burdens of the great achievement of divinity, which I pray should not be understood as a burden, but it should be prayed, it should be understood and prayed for as the most valuable, most worthy, and it is the most cherished achievement of our life. As such, we pray together that we are going to understand what is wisdom. Wisdom is the logos, the principles, the doctrines of the gospel, the wisdom of the prerequisites of our steps have already been written by the prophets for us to follow, from which we are wealed. And we pray that God removes our confusions, God unveils that path which is not rocky, not stony, which is very beautiful and also full of blessings. And with this prayer upon all of you, I speak the greatest blessing of the Almighty, and have a very, very good day, a beautiful day, and in the months and years to come. Thank you.